Hey guys. All right, welcome to the first edition of Stupid Fibromyalgia. In today's edition, we're going to talk about my foot and we're going to talk about my stomach. Yay. First up, my foot. This morning, I was going up the stairs, and you know how when you stump your foot, it hurts and it might linger there for maybe 5, 10 minutes, 20 minutes. Would you believe that it hurt me the whole day? And I'm not talking about that pain where you think that you've actually broke it or like that deep pain, but that initial tingling pain that comes around, and when you touch it, it's sensitive, but not like the bone sensitive. I hope I'm making sense right now. So all day it's been hurting me, and it happened around 11 o'clock this morning. I say that because I wanted just to give you guys an idea about what it means for our pain tolerances to be at two different levels. So sometimes when we talk about something lingering or staying on, that's a perfect example about how it can happen. Or at sometimes, would you believe that, sorry, brain fog. Would you believe that the pain will come back randomly? So sometimes you'll do something, you'll hurt yourself, the pain will go away. 4, 5, 8 hours later, bam, it's like a memory pain. Sucks. Stupid fibromyalgia. Second up, my blessed stomach. So, couple of things. I have IBS. IBS is irritable bowel syndrome, which means that my stomach is more sensitive to things. So funny enough, I developed this before the fibromyalgia. I literally had a death somewhere around me for the first one death, January, February, March, April, May. I think it was in 2014 or 15. Every month there was a death, and my whole body shifted. So it also means I'm gluten intolerant, and I've also been lactose intolerant. And ever since the IBS, or ever since the fibromyalgia kicked in, it gets intensified. So it's not cool. So what happened? Okay. I went out to dinner the other night. I went out to dinner with the most lovely and amazing Layla Seal. If you know this woman, you know that it is a blessing to be in her presence because her heart is so good. And so when you manage to get a space into Layla's calendar, you take it. Because you got to plan months in ahead. She is vegan, and I am all of the stuff I just mentioned. And it means that we decided to be cautious about what we ate. I thought I was making the best choice. We went for Indian, and it was a really good thing. I can't have Indian anymore. Why can't I have Indian anymore? Okay, let's start with the chana. So for some reason, chana, peas, beans, too much of it blocks my system up. And so even though it wasn't a lot, it was still maybe a handful. I had goat. I don't get to have it often. But now that you think about it, when you eat goat, if it's tough, it takes a long time. Beef already on its own takes time to go through my body, as most Black people, I believe. It's harder to break down, and goat's really hard to break down. So then, to top it all off, and you know what's really stupid? I'm not even realizing all of this until I'm actually having this conversation with you right now. On top of all of this, I had naan bread. It's so good. But it's not good for my body. It's not good for my body. It's flour and it has gluten in it. And I wasn't thinking about it. And it's so good. Like you just have to take the naan bread and you just use it to wipe down the dish and you just eat it because it's so good. And right now, it is taking its toll on my body. So I woke up and I went to Hope and I wasn't feeling well, couldn't figure it out. That's because it's starting to make its way through my body, my system. Ran some errands and I went to the library because I had to do some writing. Couldn't write for 3 hours. Couldn't write. I had to stay there because it was a pit stop and my back hurt so much. I took painkillers and it reduced it a little bit, but it didn't reduce it completely, and it hurt. It hurt. I got to Patricia's. I stayed on the heating pad just to help me because my whole back, my whole spine. So this is how it's been explained to me. Your stomach and its system, if you think about it, is really close to your ribs and your back. It's like it's close to your back. So as it's making its way, as this food, which is apparently not good for my belly, is making its way through my system, it's inflaming my system and it's taking longer to go through. So when food should be going through your body in about 6, 8, sometimes 12 hours, depending on what's happening, it is more than 24 hours and it's going through my system and it's creeping through because of how starchy everything is. And I feel every single inch of it through, not only through my intestines, but even through my back. And it is now, I've been up for the last 2 hours. Harlow's in the bedroom sleeping and I was sleeping peacefully and my back just woke me up. It was just like, bam, sleeping, just, and I haven't been able to go back to sleep for the last 2 hours. And what sucks is because I've been up since about, it's now 5 in the morning. I can't take a sleeping pill. So I actually had to take half a sleeping pill, which is now starting to take effect. I had to take a painkiller, I had to take some other stuff. And I still feel it going through my back. That when it's irritating my back, it's irritating my arms, it's irritating my hips, it's irritating my stomach. You know what it's like? All right, not to get all nasty and gross and stuff and everything. But you know when you're constipated, like really, really constipated and you're waiting for it to go through, intensify that. That's what it's like right now. And until this passes, I had to take 2 laxatives. So until this passes, I'm going to be in pain. I'm going to be in pain. And it's already been 24 hours plus. And in addition to that, I have to stay on liquids now and probably Pedialyte to put electrolytes back in my body. And okay. And until this passes, any food that I put on top of it is only making my stomach fuller. And so it's going through slow and more food's going on top of it. So this is not cool. My IBS is flat, setting off my fibromyalgia. My fibromyalgia is killing all of my body. So this is your girl Kalila, begging, pleading, and praying that I will go to sleep soon. Because I have my nephew and I have some things to do. And this Stupid fibromyalgia. Here's the real side of it sometimes, you guys. As much as you see me smiling because I try to get through it. I try to be happy about it. These days are just worse. And then on top of it, my body is already weak from the earlier week, stuff I did in this week. So good night, sleep tight, or good morning for some of you. I'm hoping I'll be asleep by the time you guys get there.